I, Amanda, had the ultimate misfortune to have a mother-in-law who only wants my baby. It didn't help that my husband, David, went along with her schemes. I never got any hints from Maria, my mother-in-law, about her hatred for me. All our previous meetings were very amicable, and I had fun hanging out with her. Never in the world had I imagined that she would become a monster after I got pregnant. She was simply putting up a nice face so that she could take my baby. Yes, from the very first day I told her about my pregnancy, she started to turn against me. She said, "Amanda, this baby is my heir. I know you are a super irresponsible girl. I have big doubts you will be able to take care of the child. Thankfully, I'll be around to take care of the baby." Maria, I am taking care of my baby. I can assure you the baby will have the best care in the world. You are not capable of loving the child properly. I should be his mum. I already raised 2 kids. This child is going to carry my family name. He needs to be with me for the best care. She's right, Amanda. Mum does know how to take care of children. She's the best mother in the world. Our child will be better off under her care. You're a new mum and don't know much. Everyone is a new mum the first time they have a child. They learn. I will learn as well. I was super confused about Maria's remarks. What even surprised me more was David's attitude towards the entire situation. He agreed with Maria instead of defending my abilities to be a mum. He was encouraging me to give up my child. At first I thought I was being paranoid. For some time, I blamed my hormones for making me think things. Then I realized that my mother-in-law was trying to steal my child. When I discovered I was having a boy, Maria said, "I can't wait to meet my little baby boy. We will be perfect together. I can't wait to bring him to our home." What are you talking about, Maria? He's going to stay here with me. This is his home. Don't worry, it won't be for long. I will take care of my baby. He deserves a mother like me and not you. All it will take is a simple call to the CPS. After they're done with you, me, David, and my baby will be the perfect family. I was shocked by what Maria said. It was stuck in my mind, especially because she made repeated threats of taking my child away. David never defended me or heard my concerns. He simply said that his mum was excited for the new baby and deserved to spend time with him. Maria even threw herself a party and called it my baby shower. Yes, she randomly just told me that she will organize a baby shower. Turns out she planned the shower for her and not for me. She never took any of my input and even convinced David to make the day about her. David, being the mama's boy, happily agreed. Maria went absolutely insane planning the baby shower. She never once consulted me or my mum on what to do. In fact, she just chose everything that she liked. Hell, the banner she booked said, "Soon to be a grandma." It was clear that this baby shower was for her. She even refused to invite most of my family. I told her, "Why didn't you call all my family members? I want them at my baby shower." "Everything is not about you, Amanda. I arranged this party and I will decide who attends. My baby will only be surrounded by the people I want." "Well, I want my baby to be around the people I want." "You won't have him for long, Amanda. You need to stop being so attached to the child." Maria was getting on my nerves. I knew talking or arguing with her would get me nowhere, so I decided to have a chat with David. I was sincerely hoping he would at least agree with me about the baby shower. I would deal with her comments about the baby later. However, David surprised and disappointed me even further. I said, "David, your mother is crossing a lot of boundaries with this baby shower. Honestly, it is making me super uncomfortable. I don't even want to attend this anymore." "You need to stop complaining so much. She is super excited about this shower. She arranged everything perfectly." "She is doing everything she wants. Can you at least ask her to invite the people I want? I won't ask for anything else." "Well, Mum weren't like that. She already spent a lot of money and time organizing this shower. It will break her heart if we change anything." "This baby shower is for me, but none of you seem to care about my wants. Why are we even having this baby shower?" "You need to stop being so selfish, Amanda. In fact, you should be happy there are so many people who love our boy. I know you are the mum, but it's a big day for my mum as well." I knew arguing with David was also going to be useless. I was getting tired of him defending his mother. Sometimes I wish I hadn't married him at all. Things never improved between me and David. In fact, it was going to get a lot worse soon. On the day of the baby shower, I experienced a sharp pain in my stomach. This was early in the morning when the sun wasn't even out. I was in extreme pain and was bleeding a little. I panicked and woke David. The pain was getting intense and I started to cry. I was worried about the baby and thought of the worst. Even David was concerned and looked very panicked. After a while, I knew I had to rush to the hospital. My husband drove me to the hospital and called my mother. Once we were there, the doctor said that I needed to be admitted immediately. I was super panicked and didn't know if my baby would be okay. After crying for hours, I was exhausted with worry and pain. I was finally admitted and told to stay rested for a while. I was super worried about my child. My husband was a great support for me. However, that didn't last very long. When I was moved to a private room, my husband came and said, "So now you are settled in, I will be leaving." "What? Where are you going? I need you here!" "I need to get back home. You know Mum will be expecting me for the baby shower. I'll go help her. She's already worried sick, so I need to calm her down as well." "David, I am carrying your child. You want to leave the mother of your baby and help your mother instead? Are you insane?" "Don't be dramatic, Amanda. Mum needs my help too. You are fine now and the nurses are here. I called your mum so that she can look after you." "My mum will be here, but I need you. You can't just leave when your baby and wife are in danger." "Relax, you are fine. If I don't show up, who will arrange the baby shower? I am in the hospital. The mother of the child is in the hospital. Why do you think there will be a baby shower today?" "Well, Mum will be there. She is the one who arranged everything. Mum will have a grandma's shower. It'll be a no-show anyway. It'll be better this way. This is her first grandchild." "Wait, so you and your mum are going to make this all about you?" "Don't be so selfish, Amanda. All this while you have only cared about the limelight being on you. Now that Mum has a chance to shine, I won't take it away from her. It's no big deal, really. I mean, you told Mum you didn't want this baby shower. Fine. If it's so important for you, then leave, but remember, there will be consequences." David thought I was joking. The entire pregnancy he had blamed my insecurities on hormones. Now he was promptly leaving me in the hospital and going to celebrate my baby shower with his mother. I honestly didn't know how to react. My mum came in and said, "Sweetheart, where is David going? He refused to tell me anything. I'm confused." "He's going home, Mum, and David is going to celebrate my baby shower without me. I can't believe this." "Oh my God, sweetheart, are you sure? That's awful. Why is the baby shower still happening? You won't be released from the hospital today." "Mum, they don't need me for the baby shower. Maria is going to replace me like she planned all this while. David will never see how toxic she is." "Amanda, I've had enough of this nonsense. You need to finally step up for yourself." "You're right, Mum. Don't worry, I have the perfect plan in mind. This time I'm going to have my way. I just need your help." "I'll do anything to help you, dear." I had already decided what I wanted to do. All these years I was conditioned to give in to their whims. It came naturally to me. They acted so nice towards me that I thought David and Maria loved me. Now I know that Maria's love was just a front. She simply wanted me to give her a baby. That will never happen now. I will not follow their wishes anymore. I was done. The first thing I did was inform Casey about the incident. She was shocked and said, "Oh my God, that's why no one called to cancel the baby shower? Mum is going to replace you today? I knew this was coming. I wish I had warned you before. I just didn't believe she would do this." "Don't worry, Casey. It doesn't bother me anymore. Besides, you had no way to know this would happen." "Still, I feel bad for you. Honestly, I'm disgusted to have a mother and brother like them." At this point, I'm disgusted with them as well. "Casey, I'm done with David. I've decided to leave him." "I won't argue on his behalf, Amanda. He doesn't deserve you." "Can you help me take revenge? I need your help to reveal their true faces to your side of the family." "Don't worry, Amanda. I am with you. Just tell me what to do." I told her my plans and waited for the right time to come. There was no way I was doing anything before the baby was born. David and Maria would both pay for how they treated me, but I needed to make sure David bears the financial burden of my medical bills. There was no way I was going to let him walk away with no responsibility. So I bid my time. I made no noise while David and Maria had my baby shower. No one from my family showed up because they were at the hospital to see me. I'm sure Maria didn't care. She didn't want them at the baby shower anyway. Honestly speaking, I was pretty sad the entire day. I became even more sad when I got confused questions from people asking why I hadn't shown up at my baby shower. I never gave them a reply. I'll explain myself later. I went home about 2 days after the baby shower. As usual, there was no sign of welcome from anyone. Maria was at home, ready to berate me for getting sick and endangering the child. She said, "There you are, princess, so tell me how hard it is to care of my baby. You cannot even do this one thing. I always knew you were not fit to be a mother. You could have shown up at the hospital and asked the doctor if it's my fault." Well, I already know it was your fault. I didn't need to ask anyone. I don't know why my son chose to have a baby with you. Now that you are home, you will only follow my rules. Your thinking has already landed you in the hospital. You are insane if you think I will listen to your absurd rules. Amanda, you should hear out what Mum has to say. You ignored her advice and landed in the hospital anyway. It's better you start listening to her. Look, you can do whatever you want with yourselves. I don't care. Just don't tell me what to do. I'll be delivering my baby in a few days. I will only listen to what the doctor has told me. With that, I turned and went into my room. When David came to talk to me, I refused to acknowledge him. Instead, I told him I was tired and needed to rest. He started to argue but quickly shut up when I reminded him about the baby. It pained me to think that my own husband cares so little about me. However, I couldn't be weak. I had big plans ahead. I contacted my mother and told her to talk to a lawyer. I was ready to divorce David, so I asked the lawyer to draw up the papers. David would soon realize his mistakes. It was just a matter of time. I acted as if everything was okay. Meanwhile, I was planning my exit. I was even slowly sending away my important possessions through my mum, who visited every day. Not a complete month went by when I was called to have a C-section. The doctors thought that it would be less risky for me to have a C-section than natural birth, so I gave in and went to the hospital. Maria, as usual, had a lot to say about it. She said, "Of course you will have a C-section. I can't believe just how incapable you are to be a mum. When I had my kids, they were natural births. I'm just cut out to be a mum. You should give me the baby as soon as he is born. I'll take better care of him. Right now, you should only be concerned about the baby being healthy. Why can't you set aside your scheming for one day? I'm just telling the truth. Once the baby is here, he will be all mine. You'll be just secondary to him. I bet I can even make him call me Mama." I was so mad that I wanted to punch her. However, I stayed calm so that my baby doesn't get too stressed. I needed to be strong for my child. The C-section happened, and a beautiful baby boy was born. Only my husband was allowed into the delivery room. Maria and David did try to convince me to allow them both inside, but I stood firm. While I had a rough time, the baby was perfectly healthy. He was the most beautiful thing I had ever laid my eyes on. My motherly instincts kicked in almost immediately. When I was moved to a private room, I told everyone I needed some time to be alone. No one was allowed in the room except my mum and husband. Naturally, Maria was furious. David came into the room to bond with the baby. He said, "I'm so glad he is healthy. He's just perfect. What do you think?" "He is perfect, David. I have to say that. Our baby is so beautiful. I can't wait to take him home." That's when I knew it was time. My mother had already given me the papers, so I took my son back in my arms and said, "I must correct you there, David. My baby is beautiful. I have thought long and hard about this. I'm going to divorce you." "Excuse me? What are you saying, Amanda? You can't divorce me!" "I can and I will. In fact, the papers are right here. I had them made after I returned from the hospital. The decision was made as soon as you abandoned me at the hospital that day." "My God, you're still hungover that day? It was a simple thing, Amanda. I just wanted Mom to be happy." "Now you have plenty of time to make her happy, because from today, it will only be Maria and you. I will be going to my mother's house from the hospital. You will only visit my baby when the court gives you the right. Till then, you and Maria will stay away from me." "Amanda, don't do this. Look, I know I upset you that day, but we can work this out. There is no reason to talk about divorce." "This entire pregnancy, you have just supported your mum. You have never once stood up for me when she insulted me. In fact, you actively encouraged her when she said she will take away my child from me. There is no way I can be with you after this. I am done." "Amanda, I am sorry. I'll put some boundaries between us and Mum. This will never happen again. I will even go no contact with her. Please don't leave me. I need to be with you and the baby." David started to sob and beg me for a chance. I was starting to get a headache from his dramatic reaction, so I called the nurse and asked her to escort him out. My mother and other family members would handle David and Maria after this. Thankfully, they were not able to make a scene at the hospital. However, it didn't stop them from texting me and leaving me voicemails. David did send me various texts begging me to change my mind. He said that me and my child were his family, and he realizes that now. Maria, on the other hand, became unhinged. She not only sent me threats of bodily harm, but also threatened to have my child taken. Maria made up all sorts of lies with which she would call the CPS and have my baby taken away. I saved all those screenshots and sent them to my lawyer. Then I called Casey and asked her to come and see me. I allowed her to spend time with the baby. She was the only positive influence from David's immediate family. I also told her that it was time to let the extended family know about Maria and David. I didn't want them to get the wrong story from Maria. Casey immediately called them and told them about what happened. Naturally, everyone was against Maria and David's actions. A few of them also called me to apologize for their behavior and offer their best wishes. After getting discharged from the hospital, I went home with my mum. David and Maria both showed up at the house, but were denied entry. Threats of calling the police were made to make them leave. It worked, and we also got some nice CCTV footage of Maria going ballistic on my mum's porch. All this evidence ultimately was used against her in court. The judge denied her visitation at all. David was only awarded weekly supervised visitation with my presence at all times. My divorce is yet to be completed, but things are hopeful on my end. I will be receiving both alimony and child support from David. The funny thing was that I was entitled to half his house, so currently Maria is homeless while David is selling the house to give me my share. From what Casey told me, David had turned on Maria and accused her of ruining his life. Maria has become lonely and is being rejected by all family members. On the other hand, me and my son are thriving and looking forward to a better future.